Good morning, everyone, or at least it's morning here. I am going to do a tutorial today on making your own Glimmer Glam and then using some taffeta ribbon. I'm going to show you how to just make these little art pieces that you can add to your projects. And so what we're going to be using, and this is just a tag I made the other day. I actually might do a tutorial on this tag. This was using gelatos and some enamel embossing powder, which I really like. So, but what we're going to use is to make the Glimmer Glam is Triple Thick, which is by Americana, and it's a gloss glaze. I'm going to use some distressed re-inker, and this is Victorian Velvet. And then I'm also going to use some Reflections glitter in Raspberry and Chestnut. And then once we get that made, we're going to put it on some taffeta ribbon. So this is only my second time doing this, so hopefully this will go well. The Triple Thick it has a little bit of an odor to it. The other day when I was using it, I did have to open the window after a little while. But you don't need very much, especially if you're making, if you just need a little bit, like I'm just going to do this one piece of ribbon. So I add the Triple Thick. I'm going to put in a couple drops of re-inker, and I also add some water to that. You can use even just one drop. I'm just looking for it to be very translucent with just a hint of color. I have no measurements here. I'm just winging it. And then you can put in as much glitter as you like. The other day when I was making some, I really went overboard with the glitter, and then I was trying to get some of the glitter off. So, I'm just going to use a foam brush, or you could use a paintbrush, but since I was doing a very wide piece of ribbon, I figured I'd use the foam brush. And the nice thing about using this, I do use the Tattered Angels Glimmer Glam, which I love. I actually just ordered some more. Whew, it is a little smelly. And then I'm going to just brush it on here. But the nice thing about putting this on ribbon is that it seals it. So when you go to cut the ribbon, it doesn't fray. So I'm going to put this on here and dry it. And then I'm going to just stamp on the ribbon once it's dry with Stays On. I did try archival ink, and it didn't work quite as well as the Stays On, especially when I put... So there is my glittery tinted ribbon, and I'm going to move all of this and dry this real quick. There we go. Okay, so the nice thing about this is the glitter is sealed in there. It's not going to flake off. Get the extra glaze off of there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just stamp on it with Stays On, and then cut them out, and then edge them with some ink. Oh, and that came out nice. So then I'm just going to cut them out. Now what I did with some of the other ones I made is I cut them out first and frayed the edges a little bit and then put the glaze over the top, and that's when with the Adirondack inks it smeared quite a bit. But with the StazOn it did not. And let me just look for my tweezers. Oh, they're missing. Okay. Well, what I had, you can kind of do it after the fact, but it's a little bit more difficult because it is sealed, but you can pull out a couple rows of the taffeta to give the edge a little more worn look. And then I'm going to use my Adirondack ink for this. And if I can find an applicator. That has glitter all over it. I just go around the edges. And distress them a little bit. This is just a makeup sponge from Sally's. And if I have something I can lay this against, I'll just grab a piece of paper. Woo, that's bright. But it just gives a really, really neat way of displaying a stamped image. And so this is what I have put on this card. Now you can see this one has a lot more glitter in it, and so depending on how much glitter you put in the gloss medium that you use will depend on how sparkly it is. And then you can also see that this one is a little bit clearer if I put another layer of the medium over it. Grab some over here. It darkens up the ink, and while the image with the StazOn is still really pretty clear, it distorts it maybe just a tiny bit. And now you can see it really has some sparkle to it. Let me stand up here so we can. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm back real quick with the end result. I got cut off before. And I did go ahead and put another coat of the gloss medium I made over the top of these, and I also inked all of the edges with the coffee archival ink, and you can see all of the glitter that is on there. I just love that. So when you ink the edges with the archival ink and then you put the gloss medium over the top, it almost reacts to the gloss medium like the Tim Holtz Distress inks do, where it kind of blends and smears a little bit, whereas the StazOn, so you can really see around the clock, the edge there, I put a lot of the archival ink around there, and it kind of blends with the gel medium, and that stays, the stays on just stays pretty clear. So if you have any questions, let me know, but kind of a quick fun project in a little bit different way to display stamps on the taffeta ribbon. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.